morning and welcome to the Daily Bible Podcast. My name is William Hemsworth. It is great to be with you all this morning. Well, today we're moving along in chapter 2. So far we've just concluded the sequence of the wise men coming to worship the baby Jesus, and they disobeyed the orders of King Herod and went home a much longer route. And thus we see their important role in this narrative of Jesus' life. Today we're going to read about Joseph in chapter 2, verses 13 and 14, which state, "Now after they had left, an angel of the Lord appeared to Joseph in a dream, and said, 'Get up, take the child and his mother, and flee to Egypt, and remain there until I tell you, for Herod is about to search for the child to destroy him.' Then Joseph got up, took the child and his mother by night, and went to Egypt." Now, the importance of Egypt in this story can't be understated. This is actually the beginning of a fulfillment of Old Testament prophecy from the book of Hosea, which says, quote, "Out of Egypt I have called my son." So it's important that the Messiah be born and have to come out of Egypt at some point. And this is a fulfillment of that. This is the beginning of the fulfillment of that passage. Now, there was also a sizable Jewish community in Egypt, so much so that just a couple hundred years before this event, the Hebrew scriptures, the Old Testament as we know it, were translated into the Greek language in Alexandria, Egypt. We know this as the Septuagint today, and it's a very, very important piece of biblical scholarship. So this was a good place for Joseph and Mary to go, because there was the Diaspora Israelites that were dispersed out of Israel. So there were synagogues and everything else. They can continue on with their normal Jewish life in this community in Egypt. And also we read about Joseph, the angel coming to Joseph in a dream. And Joseph obeys. This is another key part of this story. You see, in Israelite culture, it was up to the man to make that decision whether to move or not. It was a patriarchy type of society. Man was in charge. Sorry, ladies, it's just how it was. So Joseph obeys. He obeys the will of God. That's a good lesson for us today, too. It may be uncomfortable. Leaving our home. Joseph left his home. He took Jesus. He took Mary. They traveled all the way down to Egypt. It wasn't a light journey. They didn't get in a car and drive. They walked. That's how it was back then. It was a long journey. Sometimes God might be telling us to do something that's uncomfortable. We need to be obedient and obey His will. Well, guys, that's it for this edition of the Daily Bible Podcast. Hope you enjoyed it. Join me tomorrow as we get into more of this Exodus into Egypt. Have a great day. God bless you.